I'm Javari Wilson, defensive lineman at Kings Mountain High School, committed to Fordham University.
I'm DaDa Wilson. I play linebacker at Kings Mountain High School. I'm committed to Missouri University of Missouri.
And we rocking with DaDa TV.
To another episode on DaDa TV, where I have Javari and DayDay Wilson, Kings Mountain Elite Defenders. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date to everything that we do here at DaDa. So today on the show, we're going to talk about COVID season. We're going to talk about Kings Mountain making another run at a title. For the last 2 years, they have come really close, but something that always happens towards the end. So we're going to get the take from the Wilson defenders on what can we do this year to get past the hump, and what it's like playing without some of their brothers that had already moved on to universities, and what it feels like being recruited. So on that note, we're going to start with my guy, who I've been knowing for a while, Javari. How is the season going? How do you feel about COVID? What are you thinking about right now with everything that's going on?
I feel like the season is going good right now. We didn't reach our full potential yet, and we currently waiting to make that happen. And we got a lot of other things to go through because we slowly picking things back up. We getting more disciplined as a unit, and with us leading the football team, everything else gonna fall in this part. And I feel like with COVID set a lot of things back, but it also been a blessing because my recruitment started going up during COVID. And COVID was also another thing when you can just get ahead of everyone basically because you don't know who's working out and who's not working out. And it basically just show your true colors of who you really is.
They watch you.
But like what Var said, it was a setback, but also a blessing. With the recruitment, Missouri came to me real hard during the COVID, and nobody else really didn't. So,
is that what made you choose Missouri over? How many other teams were recruiting you, and was them going hard during COVID made you decide to say, you know what, I'm choosing these guys?
um, it was six other schools, and during the COVID, the coaches at Missouri really pushed to try to get me and talk to me every day and all kinds of stuff.
So Javari, Why did you choose the school that you decided to go to? We just said Fordham, right?
Yes, sir.
So what was the reason behind that right there?
I chose Fordham because one, it was a good family. I like the atmosphere up there, especially. I ain't never been to New York, so that's also something I want to discover. And the defensive line coach, he came fresh from Ohio State, and he also played in the Super Bowl with the Broncos.
Okay.
So I feel like he knows a lot of stuff about the game to make me be the best player I can be.
Gotcha. So DaDa, with you, this question I have is another COVID-related question. If COVID did not happen and people didn't go to different high schools and eventually they moved on to the university of their choice, where do you think Kings Mountain is sitting at for a title run?
We there. We won the ring off gate, but we'll still get it.
So Javari, with you, the same question. With the season started in the spring instead of the fall, do you think in the fall, if you had everybody still there, as far as the ones that moved on to different universities now, your chances would be great to win it all, or are y'all gonna still do it regardless?
I feel like we also got a big old chance with making it there because we have athletes everywhere. But with Ethan Reed, our quarterback, he developed a relationship with Kobe Paysauer that also left early, And so we got a whole bunch of other new receivers around. So he just got to build another relationship with them and get that chemistry right. And we everywhere.
So for both of y'all, what has been the holdup? Because like the last 3 years, I have heard a lot about man, Kings Mountain stacked, Kings Mountain got this, Kings Mountain got that, and then I lost some money on y'all because I betted on y'all last year. Because the first year Hus beat y'all, I was like, okay, Hus may really be real out here. Last year I said, there's no way Hus gonna beat them. I said they hungry, they mad. Y'all lost. I was like, man, I lost some money. Even though Hus is my school, I lost money. So what has been the holdup of y'all putting it together, beating the teams y'all should beat, and making it pass like a school like a Charlotte Catholic that's put y'all out twice?
Um, it's mostly that last element of being disciplined because you got to be disciplined beating a team that runs those old school formations, and you also got to be physical because if you don't have any of those two, they'll run all over you. And we also didn't have that the biggest thing that every team should have, which is leadership. We always depended on our other coaches, and since like we have other leaders on the team, and now that the other guys look up to, they'll be afraid to let us down. So while we out competing for them, they ain't gonna have no choice but to compete for us.
Gotcha.
And like what he said, it's just discipline, really. Uh, Playing a great team like Charlotte Catholic, you have to be disciplined. You have to stay on side. You can't jump outside. You can't hold. You can't do any of that because they don't do it.
So do you think if y'all met them this year, y'all got their number?
Yes, sir.
So what do it take? What do it take to get to that level? Because like obviously, when I watched the polls last year, y'all was ranked in the state really high. So what is it gonna take for y'all to finish this year?
Uh, just being disciplined, playing hard, playing with your heart. Um, yeah.
Same thing what he said. The main thing, discipline and leadership, because those two will take us far to a long way.
Everybody, the trend this year was everybody was leaving. Seniors was leaving to go to their respective universities that they chose to go to, and you two stayed. So my question is, was it to come back because you wanted to play that last high school season, or was you trying to develop before you actually go to your school of choice?
You got it.
Um, I've been playing varsity since 2017, my freshman year. And my freshman year went to third round loss. Sophomore year went to fourth round. Junior went to fourth round. This year, we got to finish up. Love Kings Mountain, love the coaches, love the whole fan base. I really feel like this the year. This the year we can win state. This the year we can get the first ever state at Kings Mountain. And I just feel like I got to do it for them.
I stayed because I saw the potential we had at Kings Mountain because no one really left or graduated. So I just felt like we had the same team coming back. Everyone's smarter. Everyone's done got bigger. They done matured up their body type. Everyone just came back and better, and they all hungry just as much as us two.
And so that's gonna bring it. That's gonna bring it on in for us this year, at Kings Mountain High School. So for all the young viewers that's watching, that has dreams and aspirations to get recruited one day, or even make their high school varsity team and to compete and to offer something, what are your advice to them? What would you tell them right now?
Recruiting wise, I always say stay patient and keep on working because you don't never know when a school is watching you. They may be talking about you. You may be on their board, but they just not contacting you at the moment because it was times when I was really down because I didn't have too many schools looking or talking to me. So the only thing it just made me do is kept on working, kept my mind off of it.
With me, just keep working. Uh, the colleges started coming with me when I was a freshman, and you just have to keep working, playing hard. If you love the sport, then if you love the sport, you play hard with no doubt. And
Now moving on with this season, uh, I have noticed that y'all got a couple rivalry games coming up. You got Shelby, you got Chris, you got Huss. out of the three, which one? And when I say fear, I'm not saying like y'all scared of them, but which one do y'all fear the most?
I really want to say I'd rather put Huss before Shelby because we always, because one Huss in our conference and our number one goal is to win conference before we take care of state. So we really take a big look on Huss and Shelby. We always got to look into them because that's the county rival. So everybody in the county always talking about that.
Now, will that game feel different this year if they don't let as many people come to the game as they did the previous years?
Oh yeah, because last year the whole bank at the high school, whole bank, it was like it had to be like 7,000 people there. But this year it'll probably be like hopefully they get at least 3 or 4 because it'll still be the rival game, but it won't feel the same without all the people there. I love the pack game. That's when you play the best.
I love pack games like he said too. But at the same time, it really don't matter how many people there. But once I end up getting locked and loaded, the only thing I know is fast physical football.
So, how do it feel this year with the stands not being as packed? Though your first game, I don't think that many people. A couple hundred people was at the game. How did that feel? And how do it feel playing football in the springtime and not in the fall?
I want to say it's kind of weird, but at the same time, it's just there. It took a long time for it to start, but we were so ready for it. It creeped up on us, so it said it came quick for us. But I mean, it is kind of weird when people is not there to watch us compete, especially in our scrimmage. Our latest scrimmage against Burns, we didn't have no spectators, no one in the stands watching. One thing we had was just us on the sideline, coaches, and I can't.
It really creeped up on us, like Vari said. But you play football any time, any day, any weather. You just got to be ready, really.
I know that first game, man, when I was outside and I was going to attempt to go to a game, but it was raining, it was cold. And I said, listen, I'm so glad this is not me being out here because I won't be able to hit nobody, get hit. It's just too cold. So, with y'all playing football now, why did y'all two decide to say, I'm going to play the defensive side and not choose offense? Because, everybody coming up, they want to be on the sexy offensive side, catch the touchdowns. But y'all said we're going to man up and do the hard work and play defense. What was the decision behind that?
And mainly, our decision really came with watching the people we love playing football. But at the same time, when we was young, we've been playing offensive line, and that's not what we wanted to play. So we'd try to play fullback, and coach wouldn't let us. We'll work up. We'll try to work out just to play fullback.
If it would have worked out our way, we'll be running backs right now.
We'll be running backs.
But what's the difference? What do you love more about playing defense than you would of offense? Me, I always want to hit somebody.
Oh yeah.
So what's y'all thing? What's the perfect defensive thing you can do on the field on a Friday night?
Being on the defensive side, it's football. Like you hit. The best thing is about hitting. I mean, that's the part of the game I fell in love with.
Yeah. The same thing what he said. When you hit, and everybody like a good looking defensive player, as far as like everything you wearing and things. But you also gotta just look until you making plays, especially the celebration at most.
Now I will say if you look towards the NFL, they kind of hit us hard on the defensive side of the ball. To where now, if you barely breathe on somebody as a pass interference, if you look like a bang bang play, you about to get ejected from the game. So how did y'all curve y'all games to fit what's going on now in football?
I'm slowly starting to curve my game into it because I still do everything at full speed. Like the rule that they've been changing, as far as like blindside blocks, I really don't get into it like I used to. But back then, that's been a big part. But now that I stopped, it's starting to show that I'm starting to use my head, thinking on the field, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to curve my game too, but it's kind of hard. Like they trying to keep the head out the game. It's kind of hard when you you playing fast, you playing physical, you move 100 miles per hour. It's kind of hard to, let up. Yeah.
So you're going from high school, you're going to college. So that's half the battle. Where do you see yourself going in the future? Do you see a chance if you keep working that you can make that leap to the NFL, or what do you want to do? What is your dream with playing football?
The dream always been going to the NFL. But as far as anything, if you go anywhere you want, as long as you work hard, you gotta outwork other guys. You gotta always have that winner mentality, a dog mentality, because everybody is coming for you. Because college is a business. So if another guy better than you, they gonna take you out. Ain't no doubts.
And with me, kind of same thing. He said, the dream always been going to the NFL, and you gotta work hard.
But who would you say that you owe some of your success to get to where you at now?
I owe some of my success to my parents, my mom and dad. They're always been pushing me since I was little to be the best person I can be, and I owe some of my success to my coaches for pushing me and my trainers from Marfini.
Same thing what he said. I like to think I owe my parents and my cousins, my coaches, trainer, all that stuff. All those people put another ability in me also, as far as keeping my head on straight.
Now, what's the one thing as you move on in your careers to the colleges of your choice? What's the one thing that you would miss about Friday Night Football?
Um, I miss. I'm gonna miss playing with all the guys, all my boys, because we all grew up together, and we know all our personalities. So you know what to say to one another when they feeling down and bring them back up. And since we always came up, we always had that chemistry. So it's gonna be hard to rebuild it when we go out of town.
It's high school football. Everybody's gonna miss high school football, especially around here. We play good football. We play fast football. Everybody loves football. Cleveland County, Gaston County.
So before we let y'all up out of here from Grand Dossier TV to any of your rival teams, to anybody that's looking up to y'all, what are some things that y'all gonna leave them with for them to remember y'all this year?
And we playing 100 miles per hour every play.
Busting
Everybody we
heads.
play 100 miles per hour. We ain't held nothing back.
And with that being said, make sure you go subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so when Grand Dossier TV pops up on your screen, you can get all the latest updates on what we do.